All right, let's see. Is it gonna go? Okay, good. Now it uses low latency for the other stream. Maybe it's because I didn't, mess around with that, it seems.
All right, I'll mute. Listen.
Well, okay. That's not what I want to do. Oh, God. Unfortunate. No wonder last week's restream test kind of got fucked on that one. Apparently, I can just schedule an event on YouTube and then it can use that. It seems. Hopefully, it works out that way. Sharing, no. Yeah, I think it's close. I'm pretty sure it's already close to 10 minutes in by now. Alright, let's see if I can pull this up. Oh, I see why. I see the problem. It only works when I have to, you know, when I put this game in a window mode, but it puts into the default thing, and then I have to like maximize the screen just so it can fit. That's oh, that kind of sucks. Oh well. Do we even allow access? Does multiplayer even work in this? I'm not really sure. Oh, I thought the game was gonna crash there for a moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I touch any of these resolutions, it's gonna mess up the, you know, the setup. Always walk, smart run. Run only when standing and not sneaking. Always walk. I don't even know any sort of difference. Not key formation. Key formation when moving. Fast turn-based individual.
Oh, Jesus. Can't even land on the chair.
Sound settings. I have to double check on that. Because at least the good thing when I put this thing on window mode, I can like, move the mouse at the off screen. So all right, let's try out some bit of a tactics, shall we? By starting the intro, that is.
An American army is fighting for
1941, a date which will live.
Note that the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima.
These forces met their match.
We have declared war in
but we don't plan to surrender either.
We are going to win.
Proportions and would lead to World War II. Allied air forces began an attack on military
decide that in the 21st century that America...
March 5th, 2052, the United States has officially closed.
The United States will go ahead with a national quarantine. The new plague virus.
I can't do anything about the cursor though. It's just gonna, it's gonna stay there. Oh well. Although the intro did lag a bit.
Right here, pull over. All right, ain't nothing in there.
mean to tell me the Fallout Tactics takes place in Illinois? That's crazy.
War never changes. It was the inevitable result of the path humanity had chosen. Everyone who entered into the conflict expected victory. Everyone was optimistic.
At least they kept the same narrator. That's all that matters.
Optimism faded, and society began to collapse. The great vaults were built to house the wealthy, the powerful, the influential, and those deemed necessary to their survival. Inside, resources and technology were stockpiled, a final defense against the coming Holocaust. With the past behind them and the present destroyed, they looked to the future. The sturdy Vault Zero was to be the nucleus of the Vault network, housing the greatest leaders, artists, and scientists. The inhabitants of Vault Zero were to reunite the Vaults and lead the people to a new life, a new world. But after the bombs, the world would be a harsh one. To ensure the creation of a post-nuclear utopia, the Vault dwellers would need help. Machinery was constructed to tame a land hardened by the ravages of war, then tempered by nuclear winter. Plans were barely in place when the first missiles left the silos. During the destruction, communication between the vaults ceased. Entire vaults were lost. Those that survived were on their own. Not all vaults succumbed to the machinations of war. On North America's west coast, one group of military vault dwellers emerged almost unscathed. They surveyed the wasteland and squared their shoulders for the task ahead. These dedicated survivors salvaged the technology from the vaults. Technology that was studied, replicated, and fiercely guarded. For they knew that while their power came from numbers, their future lay in scientific knowledge. In time, they formed the Brotherhood of Steel. The Brotherhood used their knowledge to drive back the atrocities of the wasteland, proclaiming themselves the technological saviors of mankind. They scoured the land in search of more technology, raiding mutant camps, bandit towns, and the broken remains of other vaults. But even they could not keep pace with the high tolls demanded by life in the wasteland. The Brotherhood found themselves at odds with their need for new blood versus their code of technological secrecy. The debate was lengthy. Finally, the elders ruled against sharing the technology with outsiders, convinced that they would endure as they had before. Further discussion was discouraged, and the elders ordered the minority on a mission across the wastes. Super mutants, the foot soldiers of a conquered army, had been forced into a retreat across the mountainous barrier to the east. The Brotherhood constructed airships and dispatched the minority to track down and assess the extent of the remaining super mutant threat. But disaster struck while crossing the Great Mountains. A great storm gripped the main airship and flung it far from its course. The mighty ship was badly damaged. The smaller sections were torn from the main craft, never to be seen again. Many of the expedition's leaders were lost to the winds. The fraction of the crew that still survived struggled to keep their ship aloft before finally crashing on the outskirts of a once thriving metropolis, a city once called Chicago. Broken, scattered, and scarred, they took stock of the situation and once again squared their shoulders to the task ahead. The Brotherhood had much to offer the surrounding villages. They traded advanced medicines in exchange for food and labor. They traded protection from bandits in exchange for new recruits. In time, their ranks began to swell. Separated by distance and ideology from the main Brotherhood forces, the minority was free to forge a new Brotherhood of Steel, one that reflected the ideals they had strived for all along. However, one's future in the wasteland is never certain, for an old power has awakened, also bent on making this land its own. Life in the Brotherhood is about to change.
Well then. Alright. Let's see here. What is causing this BD sound? Well, the sound is fine. Software. Drawn cursor. You would think there'd be a way to fix the intro, like the cutscene stutter and whatnot. Proton G. Ticks. Well, I can't figure it out on my either way. So. I like it how, like, that's the funny thing, right? Fallout 1 or Fallout 2 doesn't have, like, tutorials, you know, quote unquote, but, you know. Now they added tutorial for tactics. So let's try it then.
Recruit, attention! I am Paladin Ziskel. The Elders have ordered me to mold you lizard-chasing, hut-dwelling, moon-worshipping savages into Brotherhood of Steel initiates. You are going to learn the basics of combat, followed by inventory management and other skills. First, let's talk about this miracle of technology which you are currently using, called the Pip-Boy 2000 computer. You will receive all your mission briefs and debriefs through this device, and you can use it to review any information you receive during a mission. Pay careful attention, as you will be given a lot of very useful information. Now begin the mission by left-clicking on Start Mission.
Start mission. Oh.
Let's get started, recruit. During the mission, you can view your surroundings by using the cursor keys to scroll the viewing window. You can also use your mouse to scroll the window by holding it over the border of the desired direction. Center the game window on Rex by right-clicking on his control tab. Take a look around. You will only be able to see the enemy if there is a direct line of sight between them and at least one of your squad members. Rex is carrying a submachine gun, SMG, in his left hand. This is his currently selected weapon. If you don't have a weapon in your selected hand, then you can perform hand-to-hand attacks. It might not sound like much, but nothing ever feels as good as delivering a mailed fist to some unsuspecting raider's snot box. We're going to target the dummy nearest to Rex by moving the cursor over it. When we do this, the pointer changes to a targeting cursor. Now, click Done. Target the dummy, and left-click to fire at it.
See. So I could do burst, I could do single. Is there anything in it? Oh.
The inventory window will list all the items that a character is currently carrying. You can get additional information on any item in the inventory by left-clicking on it. Rex currently has ammunition for the SMG and is also carrying a knife. When you have a squad of characters, you can redistribute items amongst them by opening a character's inventory and dragging items to the other characters or their character tabs. But this only works if the characters involved are close to one another. Close this window and drag the knife down to Rex's right hand to get him ready for a melee attack. After you have equipped Rex with the knife, close the inventory.
Can you imagine? Oh, so you can actually drag items to, like, you know, another character, redistribute the items. You know, if only there was like a Fallout game within a Divinity Original Sin, play style, but I guess that will never happen. How do you? Oh, I have to click the button. So we got a combat knife. Wait, can I equip it? Well, I can't equip the combat knife. You ain't gonna tell me the damage for the knife though. Oh, so it gave me. Huh. Interesting. So you can't right click on the item to get info. You can left click the item, but when you drag the item to this, then you get this, how much damage the weapon does. Let me see. Well, that's good to know. Oh, I use 9mm bullets, in which I had the bullets right here.
Melee attacks are initialized in exactly the same way as ranged attacks. Select the knife as your chosen weapon by left-clicking on it in the hand slot. Right-click on the dummy at Training Station 3, and Rex will walk up to it and attack it with the knife.
Wait, so if I do burst on this, that's good to know.
To make Rex move, you must left-click on the location you want him to move to. If you hold the Shift key down when you left-click, Rex will run to that location. Now, move Rex to the Training Station 2 by left-clicking on the area of floor marked 02.
Okay, so I can left click to move around. And then if I do something like this, I crouch. What about prone? Oh. So you can't melee while proning. You can melee while crouching. Pretty sure proning is something you would do with a sniper, but... Oh, okay. I see. What if I press shift? Oh. I see. So you can't really power crouch. You have to get up and run whenever I do that. Okay, that's good to know.
Most weapons have more than one mode. For example, the SMG can be used in either single shot or burst mode. Click Done and right-click on the SMG to change it to single shot mode and shoot the next dummy.
Wait, so it's 86%. What happens if I crouch? Is it more accurate? Okay, so it's more. You get more accuracy chance when you're crouching. What about if you're bursting? Okay, the same shit. That is kind of cool. Yeah. Let's see. Sentry mode, defensive, aggressive. There's sentry mode off. Accuracy threshold. What did they mean by accuracy threshold? I don't. 95, 60. I don't know what they meant by accuracy threshold, but oh well. So if I burst. Okay, cool.
Every character in the game has an inventory associated with them. Close this window and look at Rex's inventory by left-clicking on the button marked INV in the panel in the bottom right of the screen.
Oh, well, kind of weird how they just guide me through these, in all honesty, but do they have skills? No, those are skills. Character. Wait, dude, so they give you skill points and shit to do go around with? I don't even know what the... Let me see here. Okay, well, that's nice to know that you can actually reload while in inventory. So if I stand up... Alright. How do you scroll the map? Oh. So arrow keys makes you scroll the map, so you can't use the mouse, apparently. Interesting. Okay.
You can loot corpses to see if they contain any items of interest. Do not think of this as dishonorable. Your dead enemies have a wealth of items to aid the Brotherhood. Weapons, armor, ammo, money. It's all out there for the taking. Close this window and loot the body of the dummy you have just attacked by left-clicking on it.
Okay, cool. So no, I don't want to walk to the dummy. I want to run. Okay, so nothing from here. I assume he meant the third dummy, right? And it grabbed
This window shows two inventories. On the left side of the screen is Rex's inventory. On the right side of the screen is the inventory of the dummy, which we are going to loot from. Take the key from the dummy by left-clicking on it, holding and dragging it into Rex's inventory.
Yeah, that's what I did.
The key you have found is one of many unbelievably useful objects littered around the wastelands. You must use it to unlock the door to the next room. Left-click on the door, and Rex will walk up to it and unlock it. Now, left-click on the door to open it, and walk through the open door to Training Station 4.
Okay, so I picked up the key, and there's usually nothing but bullets and stuff, so... Oh, right. Okay, so I didn't use the melee on the dummy, but... So, how do you do this? Oh, so you just have the key and you... I could have sworn you have to I thought you can open... I thought you had to manually click on the item and use it on the door, but I guess that's not the case, but... Alright. Run on in.
Many items in the world are in containers, hidden from prying eyes and sticky fingers. These objects can be identified because when you move the cursor over them, it will change into a yellow target. The locker on Rex's right contains some items, all of which will be of use to you. Left-click on it to open it.
The locker on Rex's right locate... Oh, this one? I gotta walk over to open the locker.
The container object menu is exactly the same as the looting menu. Take the grenades and the stim pack from the locker by left-clicking on the Take All button to save time. Remember that you can put objects into containers as well as take them out. The inventory window will remain open, so close it when you're finished.
The inventory will remain open so close when you're finished. Grenades. Oh, it's a take all. Nice.
The final type of weapon we will cover is the thrown weapon. Drag one of the hand grenades from your inventory into your right hand. Your right hand should still be your selected hand, but if not, then left-click on it. Grenades do damage to all characters within a radius of effect. Right-click on one of the dummies at the far side of the room to throw the grenade at it.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. Hold on. So walking is left-click. What happens if I right-click? And turn. Oh, I see the problem. Because I click right-click, it right-click means to fire, and then he uses that up the AP, which is weird in a sense. Okay, well, how do I thought I is for inventory. What the fuck? Okay, done. Okay, so I gotta walk over to this spot here. Throw grenades. Why couldn't I throw? Why couldn't I? Oh, because I used up the AP for it. Okay, well. Let's see, intern. How about now? Okay, now it says I can throw it.
Now, open the next door and mosey in a military manner to Training Station 5 in the next room.
In the next room. Gotta walk over to the door. Although it's kind of a weird animation for this guy to, for the character to like open up the door. So no,
Your
the run.
characters have 3 sentry modes that can be set. These are selected using the buttons to the right of the right-hand slot. 1. Off. Only attack when specifically told to do so. 2. Defensive. Report back to the squad leader whenever an enemy is sighted and defend yourself if attacked. 3. Aggressive. Attack any hostile creatures if you have more than a 33% chance of hitting them. The attack threshold can be changed by right-clicking on the button. Now select the SMG and put Rex into attack mode by left-clicking on the aggressive button.
Only attack when there's 3 types of modes for the character. Oh, that's something to get you. Well, I already used the turn base, and this is something I have to like, you know, defensive, aggressive mode. Okay, let me scroll around the map. How do we do this? Whoops.
Your characters will have a choice of 3 stances. These are selected by using the buttons to the right of the sentry mode controls. 1. Standing. While this may be new to some of you tribals, standing upright has been around for years. It's also the default mode and the only mode where the character can run. 2. Crouch. This is useful for getting under low obstacles. It also gives the character a higher chance to hit the enemy with guns because the weapon is held steadier. Crouching is also useful if there aren't any toilets around. 3. Prone. This is useful for getting under very low obstacles. It also gives the character the highest chance to hit the enemy with guns. Some weapons, such as the knife, cannot be used when prone. But watch out, you are much more susceptible to melee attacks when prone. Now, crawl through the low doorway to Training Station 6.
Oh. Okay, well, switch back the gun. Okay, how do we do this? Are we just prone? So I just gotta crawl in over there. Okay.
This lesson will introduce some of the skills that will be useful to you in the wastelands. The next door is locked, and you do not have the key to open it. However, you can pick the lock. Picking a lock is kind of like picking your nose. If you're successful, you're going to
Picking
end
your
up with some
nose?
kind of reward.
It's a
Walk
bit of
up
a
to the door and
odd
open
way
the
to
Skill
describe
Decks
it.
menu by right-clicking on the SKL button in the bottom right of the screen. In this menu, you will see a lockpick button. Left-click on the lockpick button to select it, and move the cursor over the door and left-click. Your character should attempt to pick the lock. Like all skills, there's always a chance that you will fail. If you do, then repeat the operation until the door is unlocked. Once the door is unlocked, open it and walk through to Training Station 7.
Skills. Oh, so it's just telling me how to pick lock a door. Well, how do I? Oh, I have to stand up. Okay. What's the button? I think it's skills, right? No. What if I press number 2? Of course, I have to walk. So now it's unlocked. I unlock the door. Hold shift to run. There we go.
Let's move on to stealth. The next door is closed because it is equipped with a motion detector that will keep it that way as long as it detects movement in this room. Your chance to sneak is improved when your character is crouched or prone, but remember, you cannot sneak while running. Also, certain types of bulky armor will reduce your chance to use stealth. Now, use the sneak skill by left-clicking on the sneak button in the Skill Decks menu and walk through the door to Training Station 8.
Okay, so what's the hotkey to sneak? Oh, it's 1? Okay, so if I... Wait a minute. 1. Okay, crouch. So if I just do this... Wait, what? It said locked. It's not weird. Motion detector. I just sneak. I'll just
The green bar on your character's tab indicates how healthy your character currently is. Your health can be restored by using the stim pack which you found earlier. This object can be used to restore health directly by double left-clicking on it in the inventory window, or drag it into one of your hands and select it so it can be used on yourself or fellow party members. Use it on yourself now by double left-clicking on it.
Stim pack? Wait, how do you do that then? I'm assuming, this? Oh. Oh, okay.
All of the statistics which govern your character abilities can be viewed through the character window. This window is opened by left-clicking on the CHR button. Go ahead, open this window now.
The character? Yeah, this tab.
The character window contains explanatory text for all of the statistics. This is accessed by left-clicking on the statistic in question. During the game, your character will receive extra skill points. These should be used to boost selected skills which you wish your character to specialize in. You will see that you currently have 20 spare skill points to spend. Use them to boost one or more skills. When you are finished, click the Done button.
Is there... Well, the stream is public for both platforms, but... Oh well. I guess that's going to be a chill stream considering it's the tutorial mode. Let me see. So it's done. What am I supposed to do with the other skill points then? It usually doesn't tell me, like, what to do with it. But it is tutorial after all.
Finally, when you meet non-hostile characters, you can choose to talk to them. Some of these folks have valuable information regarding your mission. However, some of these civilian pukes have less information than your average pile of steaming mutant feces. The Brotherhood scribe in the room happens to fall in category number 1. Talk to him now by left-clicking on him.
Left-clicking on him? Okay, so let me disable this. Turn off sneak. Stand up. He's wounded. Okay, talk to Elder.
Congratulations on getting this far, my son. You have completed this tutorial. Now, walk through the last door into the adjoining room. There you will be given access to a bath and a new mission.
Access to a bath? Okay. Done. Why did they scroll that way? Okay, well. We run. Oh. So it just exits me out of tutorial because I'm already done with that one. Okay, that's cool. That's cool and all that. Alright, let's try ambush.
In this tutorial, we demonstrate how to set up an ambush and draw out the enemy using a decoy. This strategy is particularly effective against less intelligent enemies, such as the dog you will encounter here. As with most encounters, this mission can be completed in a number of different ways. Click on Start Mission to view a recorded movie showing how to execute this combat maneuver.
To view a recorded movie?
Start by selecting Strom and moving him into a position where he can carry out the ambush. He is armed with a submachine gun, which is an ideal short-range weapon for dispatching opponents. To get increased benefit, we will put him into a crouched stance and select the aggressive sentry mode. Next, select Doc and run him to a point which is far enough away from the dog so that he can avoid damage, but close enough to attract its attention. Now run away, Doc. Notice how effective the SMG is at close range. Now that you've seen an example of how a professional soldier would approach the problem, let's see how well you do. Click on Done to continue.
Oh, I see. If someone has like a machine gun or like a shotgun and you put this in, and there are walls. Well, no wonder they call it Fallout Tactics, to begin with. Okay. Well, I didn't even mean to... Oh, okay, well, that's kind of my fault then. Alright, that. Aggressive stance. I guess I guess you can set the number percentage where you can make so the character can open fire. And then we have the medic guy. Okay, so do this, and then run.
Well done. But remember that in the field, your opponents will often be more resourceful and better armed.
Oh. What? Oh. That tutorial is a little too simplistic right there if he has. I mean, if the guy has a melee weapon, then it would be easier that way, right? But, you know, considering if the enemy has a gun, then, you know, that's a different story. All right, sniper.
In this, the final tutorial, you are faced with the problem of taking out an enemy who is entrenched in a well-defended position. You'll see how to use height to gain an advantage over the enemy. You'll also learn how to use area effect weapons in a relatively safe manner. Dismissed. Start by selecting both characters and put them into the prone position and sneak mode.
Prone and sneak mode.
Now, select Bullseye and move him to the top of the lookout tower to provide cover for Boomer. Whilst he's moving, select Boomer and get him to crawl around the other side of the bunker. Once he reaches the top of the stairs, switch Bullseye into aggressive mode to provide cover for Boomer. And use Boomer to throw grenades into the bunker. Whoa! See that mess, Recruit? Well, guess who's gonna clean that up later? Now that you've seen an example of how a professional soldier would approach the problem, let's see how well you do. Click on Done to continue.
Oh, God. Okay, well. So we do this. What's the button? Sneak. Prone. So we move Bullseye over here. Actually, no. Let's see. Aggressive mode. Set it to 33%. Then we have Boomer with the grenade. Yes, it's incendiary grenades. That's good to know. So we can move over here. And move Boomer over there. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, I see the problem. Well, that didn't go too well. Oh. And turn, right? Yeah, okay. Why couldn't I crawl up the stairs? There we go. I was about to say. Oh, how do we... Okay. Can I do aim shots? I don't think I can even do aim shots. Okay. It won't let me reload because I don't have any action points, so end turn. About... Oh, I can throw the grenades. Let's see. Do I have any... How does this work? Do I just move? Okay, I have enough action points to actually throw it, so let's see.
Well done, Recruit. You have now completed your tactical training and may progress to real missions. If only the last class had been as successful.
Oh. That's that's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, because I didn't Right, because the guy was supposed to make a distraction and that happened. Oh well. Well, that's good to know. That's all these tutorials done.